Hey guys, welcome back. So what we're looking at today is 6th grade Unit 8, Lesson 1. So we are in a new workbook now, and we are looking at got data. So let's go ahead and jump right in. So what we're looking at here is this is a dot plot for a data set. So determine if each of the following would be an appropriate label to represent the data in the dot plot. Be prepared to explain your reasoning. So could we say the number of children per class? Well, if we look at this, we've got from 0, and then we've got fractional amounts, 1, fraction, 2, fractions, 3. So can't really be partial children. So no. For distance from home, between home and school in miles, could we have fractional distances? Yes, of course we could. And living, within 3 miles, that's a fairly reasonable thing for schools. For C, hours spent watching TV each day. Can we have a fractional number of hours? Of course we can. We could only watch a half hour, maybe. So yes, plus these are pretty reasonable. It's under 3 hours, so fairly reasonable amount of time. The weight of elephants in pounds. Do pounds 2 pounds? Are elephants 2 pounds? No, not even close. Points received on a homework assignment. Yeah, a teacher could give partial credit, so that could easily be point values. All right, for number 2, think of another label that could be used with the dot plot. We could say time spent napping. That could be a fractional amount. Most people would take under a 3-hour nap, hopefully. Hours. All right, so for part B, in your scenario, what does the dot plot represent? Or a dot represent? It represents the length of the nap in hours. And for C, in your scenario, what would a data point of 0 mean? So it would mean a day without a nap. And what would a data point of 3 1/4 mean? That would mean 3 1/4 hour nap. So obviously, taking and giving these meaning and looking at the dots to help us answer questions. Now, the next part that we are looking at is numerical and categorical data. So your keyword for this lesson is numerical and categorical. It's the whole expression. So a list of survey questions in the activity earlier can help you complete these exercises. The first survey question about travel time produces numerical data. Identify 2 other questions that produce numerical data. So if we look back up here, these are the questions that were asked. So we're looking for numerical data. So of these, how long does it usually take you to travel to school? Is that going to be a number for an answer or not? So let's see, we already said. Okay, so the first survey question was time. It was in minutes, so it's numerical. How do you travel to school on most days? Choose one. Is that a numerical answer? No. How tall are you without your shoes on? Is that a numerical answer? Yes. So 3. What was measured? Height without shoes. Unit of measurement is in centimeters. Now, another one that is numerical. What is the length of your right foot without your shoe on? That's numerical, so 4 is numerical. 5, what's the length of your arm span? Stretch your arms open and measure the distance from the tip of your right hand's middle finger to the tip of your left hand's middle finger across your back. Is that going to be a numerical amount? Yep. So 3, 4, 5, those are all numerical. How important are the following issues to you? Rate each on a scale from 0, not important, to 10, very important. Is that numerical? No. Do you have any siblings? Yes or no? That's not numerical. How many hours of sleep per night do you usually get when you have school the next day? Is that numerical? Yeah, that's definitely numerical. Here, let me write these down. We've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. let's see, 9, how many hours of sleep do you usually get when you don't have school the next day? That's numerical. Rather than traveling from school, what do you do right after school most days? You have a choice of different activities. Is that numerical? Nope. 11, if you could meet one of these celebrities, who would you choose? Once again, not numerical. And lastly, 12, estimate how much time per week you usually spend on each of these activities. So it's looking at time for the activities, which is a numerical amount. So we added 9 and 12 there. So for question 12, we're measuring amount of time on activities, and the unit of measure is in minutes. So now categorical data, that was all of the other ones. So for categorical, so we'd have 2 and 7, 10, and 11. So categorical data is, so like the second survey question about travel method produces categorical data. So if we look at 11, it's looking at which celebrity would we choose. So 11, which celebrity would you choose? And then for 10, that's looking at after school, what do you do most days? So for 10, it would be first activity after school. All right, so for number 3, think about the responses to these survey questions. Do they produce numerical or categorical data? How many pets do you have? Is this going to be a number or a piece of information? It's going to be a number, so it's numerical. What about how many years have you lived in this state? That's a number. What is your favorite band? Nope, that's categorical. What kind of music do you like best? Categorical, it's not a number. What is the area code of your school's phone number? Now, despite the fact that you'd be saying a number, this is categorical because everybody's is going to be the same thing. It's asking a factual question rather than asking something that you're going to give a numerical amount or stating how many of something you have. What or where were you born? That's location, so it's categorical. How much does your backpack weigh? That would be numerical. It's a number. So name 2 characteristics you could use to investigate to learn more about your classmates. So numerical wise, we could say number of people in their household. And for categorical, name of street they live on. So the first one would give us a number. The second one would give us a street, a fact, a place. So those are the differences between numerical and categorical. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. Have a wonderful day. Bye, guys.